I'm going to make a bold prediction that I'd love people to come back to in January 2025. This is what people will be saying. I remember when I had an opportunity to get into a very speculative asset called cryptocurrency that everybody said was a fraud. I could have bought Bitcoin at 36,000. I could have bought XRP at 60 cents. I could have bought Ethereum at $2,000. And there'll be a small percentage of the small population, a small smidge of the population that held the line, that diamond hand, that was non-emotional and understood how the game worked, and they didn't get played. First they resist it, then they sue it, then they regulate it, then they join it. We are now heading into the regulation and joining phase. The very people, Jamie Dimon, Larry Fink, the largest asset manager in the world, one of the largest financial institutions in the world, told you cryptocurrency was a fraud in 2017. Your financial advisor fudded you out of it. Your tax accountant fudded you out of it. And it's going to be the largest switch in a financial system in our living history. And what is going to happen is the middle class is getting wiped out, leverage towards technology, moving down to the working poor. The rich are going to get extremely, extremely wealthy, and the poverty is going to become much greater. You think the wealth gap since 1971 to 2023 was big? Wait till you see when innovative technologies come in. There's only going to be two sides of the coin. Those who are controlled by the system and those who own a piece of the system. There will be no middle ground. I've been focused on this diligently since I was in banking. When I walked away from banking in 2017 and discovered XRP, one of the greatest digital assets in the world, I started to go deep. And since 2019, I've been doing 8 to 9 hours a day of research to understand how money flows through the system. And from my banking knowledge, my 8 to 9 hours a day of research, I know that everything will be tokenized. That these assets that they told you are a fraud will be some of the most highly appreciated assets in our living history. But here's the rub. If you don't rewire the foundation, and you're one of those people that ends up in a different situation, massive amounts of wealth, you didn't focus on understanding how money actually works and why the 1% always control 97% of the wealth. No matter how much money you make in crypto, you're going to end up in the exact same situation. Because we've been indoctrinated in America to trade time for money, to live in fear, to borrow against our future self. And the things that we buy make the wealthier wealthier. So number one, you have to understand how the 1% control the monetary system. Number one is they're on the right side of the cash flow quadrant. We don't trade time for money. We use money, ecosystems, and scaling to free up time. Once we free up time, we use that time to increase our wisdom through knowledge applied. We also diversify. Cryptocurrency is not our retirement. It's an extremely speculative asset that we can make a large amount of money. And when we make those gains, when everybody's coming in, we're selling, we secure in tier one capital like insurance, precious metals, real estate, and more businesses gain more earned income to free up more time. We also don't buy liabilities unless they're purchased by an asset. So you have to learn the money game. Intelligent investor, Think and Grow Rich, Rich Dad Poor Dad, Richest Man in Babylon, Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. These are all books that'll help you rewire the foundation. So first phase is learning how to earn. Second phase is taking those earnings and learning how to invest. So once you learn how to invest, then you need to learn how to diversify. So now you've learned how to earn. Stop trading time for money. Use money to free up time by investing. Once you start make profits, you need to learn how to diversify. That allows your wealth to be protected. The next phase is legacy building. Once you learn how to diversify and you learn how to earn and use assets to pay for liabilities, you want to start to protect that wealth. So we use tier one capital and insurance to protect our wealth and make sure our retirement is secure. The next thing is generational wealth building. That's the phase that I'm going into now. So I'll speak from my current paradigm. I don't have a lot of education on it. I'm going into it now. I'm getting it set up. The next phase for me is setting up trust over all of my accounts. From there, I'll become a beneficiary of the trustee, and all my insurance policies, real estate, assets, businesses will all be in the trust. Then the next phase, which I'm in now, is teaching my kids and setting them up. I'm already setting my kids up to be wealthy by the time they retire. And now I've flipped the generation. Went from indoctrination, trading time for money, a impoverished mindset. Every time I made money, I went broke and buried myself in debt, to rewiring the foundation, getting out of a vertical strategy, trading time for money and having assets, to running above the businesses and using money to free up time, to taking that money to investing it to increase it. When I increased it, I diversified and secured it. And once I diversified and secured it, I repeated the process. Now I'm going to protect it, and now I'm passing it down to the next generation. There has to be one person in the timeline, and that's you. But it's going to take hard work. It's going to take dedication. $1 million in cryptocurrency isn't going to do shit for you. And I'll leave you with this. This is the thing that makes me the richest man in the world. My relationship with God and following the life of Jesus. I built my own ecosystem because in corporate America, they told me I couldn't talk about God or politics. And I got written up one time for talking about the pineal gland. My boss in HR called me one time. Said, "Are you talking about the pineal gland? Are you a doctor?" I was like, "I'm done. I am done." If that's not a sign, I'll never forget that moment, man. So I built my own ecosystem, a relationship with God, and I follow the life of Jesus, and I boldly proclaim that. And that's what makes me the richest man in the world, because money is magnetism. It's a frequency. So the more I smile, and the more I'm grateful, and the more I raise my energy, the more money finds me. I'm no longer scared of money, or a guy in the sky that's going to strike me down with lightning. I love God with all my heart. I love you as I love God. I pull the log out of my eye before I judge you, and I treat others as I want to be treated. And I'm fucking having the greatest time in human history right now. So this is available for all of you guys. I was broke on my parents' couch in 2019. But what you believe in your heart, you think in your mind, will eventually become your words and become your reality. If you can see it in your mind, eventually you can hold it right here in your hands. What you repeatedly do gets ingrained in your subconscious mind. What gets ingrained in your subconscious mind becomes an unconscious activity. Warriors, rise! Get your shit together. Love you guys. My goal is to help as many people as possible. I've helped 7,000 since 2020. I will help 1 million by 2025. 2 free resources. Number 1 is my 16-page guide, absolutely free, in my bio here. It tells you exactly how I did it. It's completely free. Put your email in, no hoops to jump through. Number 2 is I'm a licensed insurance agent. I've been referring insurance for over 3 years because I've been using it for 3 years. I finally got licensed this year, and I have licensed insurance agents in all 50 states to help you understand, because I want to give you some resources so that you can have a free conversation, absolutely free. Be careful for scammers. We are not reaching out to you asking us to send you money. It's a free conversation, free consultation to talk about securing your wealth, insuring your wealth. They teach you how to insure your life. We show you how we insure our wealth. There's many different options as well with insurance that you've never heard of. And there's a reason behind that. It's all in my bio here. I love you guys. I appreciate you. Help me spread the word.